much. And I am so happy and so proud to be standing here in front of you today. Because Cedar Key has been one of my very favorite places even when I was a little girl. I would sneak up and get in the back of my grandfather's car and sleep there because I knew he was coming to Cedar Key to get oysters and to fish. And I had another experience. I got married, went to Okinawa. I wasn't very happy over there. I wanted to come back home. So I swore that if I was a mermaid, I'd swim and sit on the bank in Cedar Key. So today is a wonderful day that Black people are being recognized for the works that they have done. And there's a connection to so many things. And I am an author and an artist, and I have written 2 books on Levy County. And in the book, this first cover page, I found it at Ella Usher's logging outfit down in Chiefland. And this picture was on the wall there. And I asked if I could borrow it. I thought it was a man called Mr. Shorty Donaldson. And he was an older man then. He said, "No, baby, that's my dad." So, and this lady on the back here, this is Miss Victoria Little. When we were going to school, we had no school buses at first. This lady's son was in the military, and he bought her a car, and she transported the kids to school. This Victoria Little. And in this book, there's also Chiefland and Otter Creek, Bronson and Williston. I was talking about the Masons one day. I had a white baby, she said, "Oh, we didn't know you all had those." Oh yes, we had Masons. They were good Masons because they took care of the old people. They buried the dead. There wasn't much insurance, but they took care of a lot of things. And my grandfather was a Mason. And that's a picture of my grandfather with the Mason symbol there. And in Otter Creek, I lived with my mom. But at first they lived in Elsie. So they had the Scots. They had a well. They had the crank where you had to pull, turn the little crank and get the water. I'd always peek over in there and throw stuff in there. Just wonder if I didn't fall in there. But anyway, I didn't. They moved from Elsie, and then they moved to Otter Creek. So there in Otter Creek, we would run down the road. And then there was a family around the corner, and it was this man that I would see. He would walk real straight-like and sturdy, and he was kind of quiet, but he always took time to speak to us. And his name was Mr. Fulton Strong. There was a school in Otter Creek, Fulton Strong Elementary. I had sisters that were in Otter Creek, little sisters and brothers. I loved them so much until I just had to go down there. My sister Margie said, "I don't know why you like to go down there in them sticks. I can't stand it down there," but I loved it. So around the corner, there's Mrs. McNeil. Then there was the children. There was Merle, and then I would like to introduce you to a family that came, 2 brothers, came to Levy County as slaves. After the railroad was built, they were freed. So I would like for you to meet Mr. Fulton Strong and Dan Strong family. And their people came here, the 2 brothers, as slaves and worked on the railroad until it was completed and they received their freedom. Go ahead, would you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Albert Fuller. I've been a resident back in Levy County for about 31 years. I served as County Extension Director here for about 28 years. So it's great to be back in Levy County, and now I live here as a retired person after working for the University of Florida for about 40 years.
My name is Brian Dempsey, and I currently live in Ocala, Florida. My grandmother was Edith McNeil, and we spent all of our summers in Otter Creek. And I remember as a kid, my grandfather, which is Merrill McNeil, he used to come over here and cut hair over here in Cedar Key. And we would spend hours and hours, because after he would cut hair, we would always fish. Every afternoon we would fish here and take fish home. Cedar Key was always a place that when we came down, we could enjoy ourselves fishing, get oysters, and it was just always relaxing here. And my grandparents lived in Otter Creek till they passed, and it is just such a nice event for Cedar Key to host this event. And we were always taught that there's only one people. There's no black, no white, we're all one people. And an event like today shows that. So, thank you.
My name is William Fuller. Fulton Strong was my grandfather. Gladys Strong Fuller was my mother. And it's always good to come back to Cedar Key. I remember coming here as a small boy to purchase fish. I remember the wooden docks, the wooden roads, the wooden bridges. They were very rickety back then, and I was always worried about, are we going to fall through? But I remember this community very well, and it's always a pleasure to be back here. All right.
Oh, well, I didn't know I was a guest speaker. My name is Gregory Black, and I'm from the Rosewood Harris Foundation. And this is Ebony Ticket, and she's from the Rosewood Family Reunion, and she's just the president of the family reunion. And I'm just glad to be here. I'm a retired Coast Guard serviceman. I did 20 years in the service. I'm just like Alex Haley, but undercover. And you know, like it's just amazing how black people get treated, and then I get up here to stand and speak to you guys because I didn't know, being little, that I was gonna be important for my family's, the Rosewood family in Levy County. But it's just amazing that striving through, then knowing how they kept the secret from one another. And when it finally came out, I still didn't know who I was. But dreaming like I was on a 210-foot ship, I realized how the slaves was, how they got booted around and stuff like that, you know? But when it comes down to having a war, everybody on our ship come together. We didn't care what color you was.
Yes.
We had out there on that ship, one ship got to survive. Everybody got to survive to come back home. And that's what this is all about. Being together here is black and white. This is how we should be. You know, reunited and held, victorious. And I just amazing. I'm glad that they kept the secret from me, because I could have been a wicked guy. I would have found out what happened to my people. Okay, so I'm not. I flew, so I'm a black angel. I got Admiral Ace Award. Okay, so you know, that's all I can say.
We have learned quite a lot. But like he said, we are not just separated, one here, one way over here. We all breathe the same air. We all breathe blood. We all have a heart. So the thing is, and God sends us angels sometimes you get in a fix and you don't know what to do. Somebody will come by, and maybe you might be trying to walk out in the room and somebody say, hello, and you'll jump back. That angel saved your life. When you need a friend sometime, maybe somebody just walk by and say, good morning. You don't care whether they're black or white, but you just need to hear a voice. So with me, I'm a little busybody. I kind of ease around to try to get things done. And like my grandmother said sometimes, she said, well, it's not good to tell everything you know, but sometimes I won't even wink at you if the sheriff coming. So you know you better be on your best behavior at all times. Yes, but back to the book. This is Mr. Fulton Strong and Miss Amy. Here. And this is my mother's house that was in Otter Creek. And we used to go down at a place called Cabbage Town, and they had some real old cabbage houses down there. We loved to go play. And I'm not going to tell you about those cigarettes they stole and smoked. And this is Mr. Fulton Strong's house. It's kind of hidden in the bushes. It's still there. It's leaning, but it's still there. And this is the old church that stood beside my mom's house. And we used to go to that church when I was little. And boy, could the old people sing. And I can't sing. I can write, and I can paint, and I can cook, but I can't sing. But I've always loved to hear the old people line a hymn. Oh, that is wonderful. It is. And I had one night white ladies to tell me, because in our community we had the prayer band when I was younger. And this white lady, she lived uptown, and we would have prayer band on South Chiefla. And the ladies would sing, and she told me she was much older. She said, when I was a girl, I just wished I could sing like those ladies did. Say, I just hold my head out the window at night and listen to the beautiful singing. And I can remember when they used to go around and have prayer band to each other's house. And it was the singing, the people would get together. Church was the place to be, because we had to go to church. You couldn't go anywhere else, and then we began to like it. But a friend of mine had a friend that knew how to play the organ. We would go back in the room sometime, and he would play Green Onion. I wasn't in it. Yes. But growing up in Levy County, for me, has been, well, it's home. And I've done all that I can is to bring a positive light to Levy County. I have spoken in prisons about Levy County. I was honored for Women's Month. I was sent for, the invitation came, and I went. I have been to colleges, and I have been to schools. So I try to do the very best that I can, even though we have Rosewood. Yes, we do. But the thing about it is, none of us here did anything, but all of us here must do something to make it better. Because no matter what, there are protective lies, and there's no one here to really investigate. So all we can do, love, respect each other, and do the very best that we can. So my grandfather said, don't be like a knot on a log, just sit there and do nothing. Do something, make your mark, make your mark. So I thought that he said, just make an X. So here I am, I will do the best I can, wherever, however I can. So I don't know if my time is up. All right, well, I don't know what we're to do next. I don't see Ed. He's
Over next door.
Well,
You leave it again?
well, I don't know what we're supposed to do until anyway, my books are here. I have two. This is the first one, Levy County, Florida. And there is another one, Images from America, Levy County. So that covers both sides of the spectrum. So I don't know what we're supposed to do, but we can ask some questions.
Did you sign those ones, the ones that are in our little gift shop?
I will sign books.
Okay,